Hi, I'm Marissa Meyer, and today I am going to be reading the prologue to Cursed. Cursed is my new novel. It is coming out this November, and it is the sequel to Gilded. I hope you'll enjoy. Be still now, and I will tell you a tale. It begins deep within Verloren, the land of the lost. From the time the first humans were buried in deep, fertile earth, or sent out to sea on burning pyres, their souls have been guided into Verloren by the eternal lantern of Velos, the god of wisdom and death. Taken to rest and to dream, and, once a year, beneath the morning moon, to return as spirits to the mortal realm and spend one night in the company of their loved ones left behind. No, of course that does not happen anymore. This was a very long time ago. Hush now and listen. Though Velos has always been the ruler of the underworld, there was a time when the god was not alone. Monsters roamed the dark kingdom, and spirits filled the caverns with laughter and song. And then there were the demons. Wicked beings, the embodiment of all things foul and cruel, made of mortal sin and shame. When humans passed through the gates into Verloren, these despairs drained out of them, step by step, staining the bridge that connected our world to the next, and dripping into the river beneath. It was from these poisoned waters that the demons were born, flesh and beauty, crafted from the regrets and secrets and selfish deeds that mortals carried with them after death. Today, we call these demons the Dark Ones. Their numbers swelled as centuries passed, and with time the Dark Ones grew restless. They yearned for independence, thirsted for a life beyond the shimmering caves and misted swamps of Verloren. They went to Velos and asked to be allowed to travel forth into the mortal realm, to gaze upon the constellations of stars, to taste a salty wind on their tongues, to feel the press of warm sunlight on their ice-cold skin. But Velos ignored such pleas, for even gods can be foolish. Or perhaps it was not foolishness, but cruelty, for the god to keep the demons thus imprisoned century after century. Or perhaps it was wise, for having been born of wickedness, the demons were capable of nothing but envy, brutality, and deception. Perhaps the god already knew the truth. There was no place for these creatures among humans, who, despite their many faults, had also shown that they could lead lives full of goodness and grace. The Dark Ones stopped asking for freedom, and instead, clever things, they waited. Hundreds of years they waited, watching and listening and planning. Until one morning moon, when the sky was so thick with clouds the moon's swell was shrouded from view, while Velos held their lantern aloft at the gate, showing the lost souls the way to return to the world above, the Dark Ones suddenly surged forward. They cut through the throngs of waiting spirits, slaughtered what beast tried to stop them. They were prepared for the hellhounds, Velos's beloved servants, having cut strips of their own body's flesh to lure the hounds to their side. It worked. With the hounds placated and the god unprepared, the demons overtook the bridge. In a desperate attempt to stop the horde, Velos shifted into their beastly form, the great black wolf that even today is said to guard Verloren's gates. The beast was as big as a house, with fur like ink, massive protruding fangs, and twin stars like burning flames buried deep in each eye socket. But the Dark Ones were not frightened. The one who would become Erlking, the Erlking, lifted a bow that he himself had crafted from the bones of heroes and the ligaments of warriors. From his quiver he took an arrow, its fleshing made from the fingernails of dead children, its head cut from the hardened tears of their mothers. The demon knocked the arrow into place, took his aim, and let it fly, straight into the heart of the god of death. The wolf roared and stumbled from the bridge, down into the depths of the thrashing river below. Where Velos fell, the arrow that had pierced their heart stuck deep into the riverbed, where it would take root, where it would grow, pushing past the bridge and through the grates, a great alder tree that would never stop reaching for the sky.